Right. Hello all. Now we'll discuss the qualification of judges. In the previous video, I discussed about the composition of the High Court and the appointment of judges to the High Court. Right. Now we will look into the qualification of judges. Okay. That means what are the qualifications that are necessary to be appointed as a judge of a High Court. Okay. Right. A person to be appointed as a judge of a High Court should have the following qualifications. Number one, he should be a citizen of India. And number two, he should have held a judicial office in the territory of India for 10 years. Or he should have been an advocate of a High Court or High Courts in succession for 10 years. And from the above, it is clear that Constitution has not prescribed a minimum age for the appointment as a judge of a High Court. Okay, so if you see these qualifications, the Constitution hasn't mentioned about the age, the minimum age for to be appointed as a judge of a High Court. Okay. Moreover, unlike in the case of the Supreme Court, the Constitution makes no provision for appointment of a distinguished jurist as a judge of a High Court. You have to note 2 points here. As far as the judge of a Supreme Court is concerned, okay, if the president feels that if a person is a distinguished jurist, that person can be appointed as a judge of a Supreme Court. But such type of provision is absent for the qualifications of judges of a High Court. So please do remember, this may be an prelims bit as well. Okay, right. So these are the qualifications of judges of a High Court, and oath or affirmations, right? So a person appointed as a judge of a High Court, before entering upon his office, has to make and subscribe an oath before the governor of the state or some person appointed by him for this purpose. In case of judge of a Supreme Court, he has to subscribe the oath in front of the President of India or a person appointed by him for that purpose. Okay, right. So in his oath, a judge of the High Court swears as to bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India, and to uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, to duly and faithfully and to the best of his ability, knowledge and judgment perform the duties of the office without fear or favor, and to uphold the Constitution and the laws. And this third provision is common in every oath, that is duly and faithfully and to the best of his ability, right? Whereas this three, number 1 and number 2 and number 4, varies for different constitutional bodies. As far as judiciary is concerned, the judge has to bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India, and the judge has to uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, and the judge has to uphold the Constitution and the law. Okay, so these are the major objectives for every judge, okay, in his entire tenure. Okay, right. Next we will discuss the tenure of judges. So as I said earlier, the Constitution hasn't fixed the tenure of a judge of a High Court. Okay, however, it makes the following 4 provisions in this regard. Which regard? Regarding tenure of judges. Okay, so the judge of a High Court holds office unless he attains the age of 62 years. Okay, any questions regarding his age is to be decided by the President after consultation with the Chief Justice of India, and the decision of the President is final. Okay, you have to note this point. So after consulting, as I said earlier, here consultation means concurrence. The advice given by the Chief Justice of India is binding on the President. Okay, so the President, after consultation with the Chief Justice of India, takes the decision, and the decision of the President is final. Okay, so right, so he can resign his office by writing to the President. That means the judge of a High Court can resign from his office by writing to the President, and judge of a High Court can be removed from his office by the President on the recommendation of the Parliament. Okay, So he vacates his office when he is appointed as a judge of the Supreme Court or when he is transferred to another high court. Okay. So I forgot one point to discuss here. So let me explain it again. See, as I said, we discussed the functioning of collegium in our earlier classes. Okay. See, for example, the president may send back the opinion of the collegium. Okay. However, if again the same opinion without any changes is sent back by the collegium to the president has to follow such opinion. Okay. Whereas in the case of these high court judges, the judge of a high court holds office until he attains the age of 62 years. And any question regarding his age is to be decided by the president after the consultation with the Chief Justice of India. And the decision of the president is final. Here the meaning is, if the president is not in line with the decision of the collegium, or if the president did not satisfied by the decision of the collegium, okay, he can take or he can perform on it. I mean, he can take decision on his discretion. Am I making sense? If the president is not satisfied by the decision of the collegium or the opinion of the collegium, he can take the final decision only with respect to the age of the judge of a high court. Okay, don't get confused. Right. So in the next video we will discuss the removal of the judges. Okay.